Hi everyone, today I'm here to bring you a full body Pilates exo chair workout. As far as equipment goes today, you will need a chair. You can have either a split pedal or a single pedal, either one is fine. We'll need a mat resting in front of our chair, a squishy ball. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary. Really listen to your body and make this workout your own. When you're ready, gather your equipment because this workout starts now. All right guys, so I'm all set up. I've put my exo chair on one spring on level 2. That's a fairly light spring on this chair. My mat is resting in front of my chair and I've got my ball handy. We're gonna start laying down on our back today in front of the chair. So come on down, find the center of your mat, bring the arches of your feet onto your pedals. And before we do anything else, I just want us to press the pedal down to the floor. And make sure that you feel like you're a good distance from the chair. So that means when I lift and lower the pedal, I'm able to keep my tailbone nice and heavy and I'm not shifting my pelvis in order to get the pedal all the way down to the floor. Once you feel like you're in a good position, we'll take our ball and place it in between our inner thighs close to the knee and just rest our arms down by our side to begin. Take a breath, inhale here, and then when you're ready, exhale, press the pedal of the chair all the way down to the ground and just hold it down. Again, your pelvic bones are pointing straight up to the ceiling here. Your belly is braced. When you're ready, take a big breath, inhale, and then on your next exhale, I want you to tuck your tailbone under and just point your tailbone up to the backs of your knees. Pause here, take a breath, and then roll yourself into an arched back. Good, so we'll travel between those two spinal positions a few more times, pressing the low back down to the mat, tucking the tailbone under, and then reaching the tailbone down and letting the low back lift off of the mat. Let's do 2 more rounds, still grounding through your feet in order to keep that pedal anchored into the floor. Last time here. Good, and then find an in-between point between those 2 points where the hip bones can point straight up to the ceiling, and then just lift the pedal up and lower the pedal down. Good, and we'll lift and lower the pedal a few times. I've placed my hands on my pelvis, so my fingertips are on my pubic bone, the heels of my hands are on my hip bones, and this is just reminding me to keep that shape that I'm creating with my hands parallel to the floor as I move the pedal. Let's do 2 more here. And last time. Good, so we'll press the pedal down, we'll hold the pedal down, arms down by the sides. We're gonna go into a bridging series, so if you feel like you need to adjust your feet for that, do so. Take a breath, inhale here. Exhale, tuck your tailbone under, reaching it towards the backs of your knees. Slowly peel the spine up off of the mat, lifting your hips up into a nice high bridge. Take a breath, inhale at the top, and then exhale. Let your breastbone soften back to the mat behind you as you peel your spine all the way back down. We'll do 2 more like that, tucking the tailbone under and slowly lifting the spine up. And then lowering down 1 vertebra at a time. Last time here, tucking the tailbone under and lifting the hips up. Let's keep the hips up here, gentle pressure inward on the ball with your inner thighs, and then we'll take our left hip and lower it towards the mat, and then lift it right back up, squeezing the glute and hamstring. Other side, right hip drops, right hip lifts, left hip drops, left hip lifts, really rotating right around those lowest ribs. Working for range of motion by simultaneously propelling the right hip up to the ceiling as the left hip reaches towards the floor, and same on the opposite side. Good. From here, press those hips up nice and high. Imagine your knees are reaching forward towards the chair in front of you as you roll the spine all the way down. Very nice job. From here, lift the pedal up for a moment. You may need to scooch a little bit closer to the chair. We are going to bring our backs of our heels onto the pedal here, and then I'm going to ask you to bring your hands back behind your head. Take a breath to prepare, and then as you exhale, curl your head, neck, and chest up as you pull the chair pedal towards you. And then lower the head down as the pedal lifts up. Let's do a few more just like that. Exhale. 4 more to go. Last 2. And 1 more time. Stay lifted here. Lift your chin towards the ceiling and pulse your upper body up towards the sky. Exhale. Exhale. The head is still heavy in the hands. The pedal is quiet. For 5. Last 2 and last 1. Lower your head. Let the pedal lift for a moment. Take a breath. Engage the pedal again. This time we're going to add rotation. So take a breath to prepare, and then exhale, pull the pedal down as you rotate the upper body to the left. Come back down through the middle, and then exhale the other way. Find equal pressure between the heels, especially as you twist. Good. Try to increase your rotation for the last 2 repetitions here. Very nice job. Lower the head down, release the pedal for a moment. From here, we are going to scooch in a little bit closer. We're going to bring our arches back onto the pedal. And now, this is a little tricky to get into position. Actually, let's sit up to do it. So you're going to take your ball onto the front lip of your chair. Right foot goes onto that ball. Lower the spine down. Good. Left arch of your foot is onto the pedal. Take a breath, inhale here, and exhale, tuck your tailbone under, keeping the pedal lifted. Let's roll our hips up into a bridge, and then roll our hips back down. The right knee will probably have a soft bend in it. Good. Let's do 2 more here. Open the collarbones, relax the upper back into the mat. Last time, we're going to keep those hips up for a moment. Keep the ball steady and pull the pedal down for 8, 7, little pull, 6. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that pedal up, roll the spine down. Now that the ball is down there, you can kind of just shift it onto the base of your other foot. If you do need to sit up to readjust, feel free. Right foot is on your pedal. Good. Without moving the pedal much, engage it just slightly. And then when you're ready, let's tuck our tailbone under and roll the pelvis up off of the floor. And then roll the pelvis back down. We'll do 2 more just like that. Tuck and roll it up. And down. The last time through, we'll leave those hips up and pull the pedal down for 8, 7, 6, knee is pointing straight up to the sky. Last 4, 2, and 1. Lift the pedal, lower the hips. Grab that ball with your feet. Nice, and come up to standing. So I'm going to keep the spring exactly the same. We're going to stand in front of the chair. Just place your ball to the side for a moment. Step fairly close to your chair. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive the spine down. Hands find the pedals and press the pedal down to the floor. Find that beautiful stretch at the bottom. Make sure that the weight is shifted to the center of the feet. And then when you're ready, roll the spine all the way up again. Inhale your arms up overhead. Let's do 2 more. round the spine down. Last time through, going at your pace. Now on this last time, we're going to hold the pedal down. Swivel your heels till they're together. Try to keep the pedal down on the ground and then lift the heels slightly and then lower the heels. Lift the heels and lower the heels, keeping the back nice and round. Last one. Lower the heels, lift the pedal halfway up, and we'll do that same thing. Keep the pedal exactly where it is, lift the heels, and lower the heels. And we'll do 3 more like that. Last one. Heels come down, around the spine the rest of the way up. Stack your shoulders. Beautiful. Now we're going to use that ball. So we're going to move the ball in front of the chair. You're going to place the heels of your feet onto the ball. This is very balancy. Legs are parallel to one another for now. To imagine that you're lifting your heels up off of that ball just a little bit so that you're not relying on the ball completely to keep your heels elevated. When you're ready, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, round forward. Find the chair pedals with your hands. Press the pedal down. You choose how far you go. Take a breath at the bottom and exhale, let's roll the spine all the way back up. Bringing the ribs over the hips, the shoulders over the ribs, the ears over the shoulders. Inhale the arms up overhead and exhale, dive forward for the chair. Going again as slow as you want to go. Taking your time. Stacking the shoulders over the hips. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, fold over, round over. Press that pedal down. Good. From here, lift the pedal up. Take your spine forward. Now we're in a little squat position. Now if you feel comfortable, we'll lower our hips towards our heels and then lift our hips back and up behind us. Bending the knees and almost straightening the knees. Spine is nice and long. Good. It may be helpful balance-wise to engage the springs on the pedal just a little bit. Last 3. And last time. Very nice job. From here, round the spine and roll it up the rest of the way. Good. If your legs need a break, feel free to take your heels off the ball for a moment or readjust. I'm going to shift most of my weight into my left foot, float my right heel off of the ball, make sure I feel stable, and then bring my right foot onto the pedal. Heel is nice and high. From here, we're just going to do some gentle pedal presses down and lift. Gaze is straight forward. Spine is long. Lots of stability happening through that standing leg. Last 4. Hold the pedal down. Bend both knees. Pitching the upper body forward and then straighten the leg. Bend both knees and then straighten the legs. The front knee will probably stay bent, right? But the back leg should straighten. Last 2. And last one. One more addition. Bend the knees, and as you straighten that back leg, lift the spine and simultaneously lift the pedal. Bend and press the pedal down. Lift and straighten the spine. 2 more to go. And 1 more time. Float that foot off. Take that heel down to the ball. Again, if you need to readjust and come all the way off the ball for a second, feel free. Otherwise, we're switching to the other side. Shift your weight into your right heel. Float the left heel off the ball. Make sure you feel grounded. When you're ready, I have to readjust just a little bit. The left foot is going to come up onto the pedal. Heel is high. Press the pedal down and lift the pedal up. Check in with your hips. Make sure they feel nice and square. Good. Last two here. Last time, hold the pedal down. Bend both knees, pitch the upper body forward, and then stand up nice and tall, keeping the pedal down for now. Bend and stretch. The last three. Woo. The last two. And one more time. Stay hinged over for a moment. We're going to add that addition of the pedal lifting as we rise up, and then pressing down as we bend our knees. And lift. The last two. And one more time. Good. Stand all the way up. Float the pedal. Take your foot down and relax that standing foot. Beautiful job. I'm going to change my springs now. So I'm going up to one spring on level 4. That's one heavy spring. We're going to face sideways here. Make sure your straps are out of your way. You're going to bring your feet into Pilates V here. Heels together, toes apart. That ball is going to be right at your chest. Float your inside heel and bring it up onto the pedal of the chair. For me, my foot has to be further forward of the hip. That feels most comfortable for my hips. When you're ready, just adjust yourself so that your pelvis is square to the floor. Lift your heel that's on the pedal up nice and high, and take a big breath. Inhale, exhale, press the pedal down and squeeze the ball. Good. Make sure you feel comfortable as to where your foot is on that pedal, and then float the pedal up, release the squeeze. Good. Again, press and squeeze, release and lift. Press and squeeze, release and lift. That's it. 4 more here. And 3. You're in deep external rotation of the hip. Last one. Press the pedal down, hold the pedal down for a moment, and reach your arms up overhead. When you're ready, we're going to lift that pedal, and at the same time, we're going to arc our body over to the right, and then straighten the spine and press that pedal down. Good. Arc the upper body over, and then straighten the spine. Woo. Last 3 here. Two. And one more time. Press the pedal down, bring the ball to the chest. Hover your outside heel 1/4 of an inch off of the mat. From here, we're going to float that pedal up a little bit and then down. A little bit and down. For 6 and 5, 4, last 2 and 1. Heel can come down, float the pedal up, and take the foot down to the floor. Shake off that standing side. Very nice. Last round. So we'll turn around. Set yourself up in Pilates V. Heels together, toes apart. Make sure you feel good where you are. Take your inside foot up onto the pedal and press the pedal down to the ground. Once that pedal is down on the ground, you can readjust a little bit. Make sure that standing foot feels properly placed. Grow nice and tall through the spine. Hips are parallel to the floor. Ball is in front of the chest. In external rotation on that left side. Press the pedal down and squeeze the ball. And lift the pedal up. That's it. Last 3. And one more time. Hold the pedal down and lift the ball up. Spine is nice and long. Lift the pedal up and arc the body to the left, and then press the pedal down and lengthen the spine towards the sky. Last 3. One more time. Bring the ball back to the chest, anchor the pedal down to the floor, and then hover your right heel off the floor just a little bit. From here, we're going to float that pedal and press the pedal down. Small range of motion here for 6, 5, 4, last 2, and last 1. Press the pedal down, lower the heel down, lift the pedal up, and step off. Beautiful job. Okay, so from here we're going to come to the side. We're going to have a seat on top of the chair. We're going to end up laying all the way back on our back. If at any point you need to get up again just to give your neck or your head a break, please feel free. If you're following me, we're rolling back, getting as much of our spine onto the top of the chair as possible. Then you're going to take your ball between your ankles. Hands behind your head here. If you'd like to, you can bring your body back so that you can let your upper body fall back over the chair when we do our first set of work. So take a breath, inhale here, open the chest over the back of the chair, and then exhale, curl the head, neck, and chest up. Good. You've got a gentle pressure inward on the ball. Your thighs are parallel to one another. Good. For 4, head is heavy in that those hands. Last 1, curl your head, neck, and chest up. Draw your knees nice and tight to your chest. Reach for the ball with your hands. Now you're going to extend your legs forward and your arms back. And then bring that ball back between the ankles, grab it between the ankles, and then bring the legs forward and the arms back. So you're just transitioning that ball from hands to feet. Low back is staying pressed down to the chair. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. And 2. And 1. Bring the ball back between the ankles. Lift the legs up to the ceiling, hands behind the head. Lower the legs down. Lift the legs up. Inhale down. Exhale up. For 3. Last time, hold the legs up to the ceiling. If you need to softly bend the knees, do so. And let's draw little circles around with those legs. For 5. 4, circling right around your sacrum. Reverse it. Last 3, 2, and 1. Very nice job. From here, bend your knees, grab the ball, sit all the way up. Beautiful job. Okay, so from here, we're going to come down to the mat in front of our chair. So head is close to the chair. If you feel like you need a little cushion underneath your head or behind your head so that your head doesn't feel it's like it's pressing into that wooden frame, feel free to grab something. And then we're going to take that ball again, this time between our heels so that our knees are in external rotation. Reach up for your pedals and just engage the springs a little bit, bending your elbows pointing kind of directly up to the ceiling here. From here, that pedal will stay exactly where it is. Spine is nice and neutral, and we're going to press both legs out and bend both knees in. And again, out and in. That's it. Let's do 5 more here. That's it. Last 3. Now I'm doing my best to keep the majority of my body weight right back behind my ribs and not let it shift into my hips as the legs travel away. Last 1. Beautiful job. From here, lift your legs up to the ceiling and let's circle the legs around together, similar to what we just did while laying on top of the chair. Last 4, 3, and last 1, and reverse it for 6, last 3, and 2, and 1. Bend those knees in, heels together, knees apart, and we'll just lift our hips a little bit. So press into the ball with your heels, tuck your tailbone under, and lift the hips up just a little bit, and then lower the hips back down. And again, lift and lower. As you get more comfortable with this movement, you can make the movement bigger. So the knees might touch the elbows. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. On this last one, here's our challenge. So we're going to bring our knees towards our elbows, extend the legs long, and with long legs, slowly descend the spine down, bringing the legs back to the high diagonal. Bend the knees, lift the hips, knees come up over the elbows, extend the legs long, and lower the spine all the way down. Let's do 2 more like that. And last time through. Lower the legs, lift the pedal, take that ball out, come all the way up. We're going to come around to the back of the chair now. Same spring, so I've got 1 spring on level 4. I'm going to take that ball between my ankle bones and lay down on the top of the chair. Belly button very close to the front edge, pedal pressed all the way down to the ground. Remember to watch your fingertips as you press that pedal down. Your legs are parallel, those toes are reaching, a little lift through the hamstrings is great. Now we're just going to bend our elbows and straighten our elbows. Think about how long you can make your spine, how long you can reach your legs. Last 4. Last 2. And last 1, hold those arms long, lift the upper body up, lower the torso back down. Squeezing underneath the underside of the armpits here, keeping the collarbones wide. Last 2, and 1. Press the pedal down, good. Bend your knees, grab that ball. We're gonna take it behind 1 knee. Extend your other leg nice and long. Hold the pedal hovered and just see if you can lift your thigh bone up, opening up the front of the hip. Last 5, 4, pedal stays steady, 3, and last 1. Reach behind you, grab the ball, switch it over behind your opposite knee, hands go back onto the pedal. Readjust anything that you need to. Stretch your other leg long and float the thigh bone up off of the chair for 5, 4, last 2, and last 1. Grab that ball 1 more time. Place it under your hand on the pedal. Spine is nice and long. Now zip your inner thighs together. We're going to bend both elbows and straighten. Bend and straighten. So 90% of the weight of the body is on that hand that is on the pedal. Last 5, 3, last 1. Take the ball to the floor in front of you, switch hands, other ball comes underneath your hand, and then we bend and straighten. Last 4, and 3, and last 1. You can leave that ball on the floor in front of you, and let's slide our body back off of the front of the chair. Stand up behind the chair here for a moment. Thigh bones fairly close to the back edge of the chair. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, dive over the chair. Place your hands on the pedals. Round the spine down, and then lengthen the spine up. Round the spine down, and then lengthen the spine up. Last 2, and last time. Beautiful. Okay, reach around to the floor, grab that ball. Let's sit sideways on our chair. I'm going to take one thigh bone up onto the chair, and then my other foot is down to the side. Reach your arms out nice and long across the room. Take a big breath, inhale. Exhale, reach down for the pedal. Press the pedal down towards the floor and float the outside leg up. Feel free to adjust your hips. From here, hover the pedal just an inch and lift and lower your outside leg. Up and down, up and down. Now you can keep that ball up where it is, or if you'd like to, you can lower the ball as the leg lifts, tap, and then reach overhead. Lower and tap, lift and reach. That's it. The last 4. Last time, hold the ball on the thigh. Just press down on the ball, lift up with the thigh for 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, hold the leg up, take the ball in the hand. We're going to adjust our hands a little bit wider on the pedal. Your back hand will be holding the pedal, and your front hand will be holding that ball. You're angled towards the chair. From here, lift the upper body up and down. Upper body comes up and down. As that upper body comes up, let's add a little back leg lift and down. Not very big, fairly small, thinking more about the length of the body. That's it, last 3. And last 1. That's it. Come all the way back up. Place your foot down on the floor, and let's reset for the other side. So I'm turning around. I've got my shin on top of the chair, my thigh bone on top of the chair. My outside leg is anchored down for the moment. Take your hand onto the pedals. Press the pedal down. Readjust your hips so you feel nice and stable. Top arm goes to the sky. From here, hover the pedal just a little bit, and now lift and lower your outside leg. From here, the pedal stays fairly still. We're trying to control it as much as we can. Good. For 5, find that really big wingspan through the arms. Last 3, 2, let's add that ball. Tap, reach, tap, reach. Last 3, 2, hold the ball on the thigh, thigh on the ball, little upward press, little downward press for 8, 7, 6, 3, 2, and 1. Rotate the torso towards the pedal. Adjust your hands so that they're a slight bit wider. One hand is on the ball. That torso is facing down. Press the pedal down, lift the torso up. As you lift the pedal up, add that back leg lift. Reach long through those toes. Last 5. Last 2. And last 1. Good. From here, coming all the way up. That's it. Standing all the way up. Now, I have an added little cushion that I'm going to place underneath my knees for this last little series. You can also turn your mat sideways instead of having it lengthwise in front of the mat. We're going to stack ourselves up in a tabletop position with the pedal down on the floor. If you need to adjust your spring tension, do. Tuck your toes under. Take your other hand underneath the ball. From here, we're going to float the pedal up. We're going to press the pedal down. Float the pedal up, press the pedal down. Option number 1 is to stay here. Both knees on the ground, one hand on the ball, one hand on the pedal. Your next option is to hold the pedal down for a moment. Extend your right leg, the same foot that's on the pedal, back behind you. And then we're gonna bend the elbow and lift the pedal up. Woo. And press the pedal down. And lift the pedal up. And press the pedal down. Let's do 4, 3, and one more time. Lower the knee, lift the pedal, move your cushion around if you're using one like me to the other side. We'll turn around and do the same thing. So, knees on your cushion, outside hand is on your ball, inside hand is on the pedal. Press the pedal all the way down. Make sure you're in a quadruped position. From here, we lift the pedal up and press the pedal down. Hips are square, shoulders are square. Gaze is slightly forward of the ball, forward of your hands. Last 3. And last 1. Press the pedal down for a moment. Extend your inside leg back behind you, square the pelvis. From here, lift and press the pedal. Try to find that stability in an unstable environment. Push out through that back heel. Last 3. And 2. And 1. Pedal down, both knees down, pedal up. Very nice job. All right, guys, from here, we're gonna lay all the way down just in front of our chair. Ball between the knees, feet solidly placed on the floor, arms down by the sides. Take your gaze straight up to the ceiling here. Take a breath, inhale, and exhale. Tuck and roll the tailbone up off of the mat. And then roll the tailbone back down. Let's do 3 more just like that, settling the breath, settling the body. The last 2. And one more time. Beautiful. Grab that ball, find your way onto one side, and have a seat. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Hope you really enjoyed that exochair workout. Please leave me a comment or a question down below. Let me know how you got on. Let me know what you'd like to see next. As always, please subscribe. It really helps me bring more content to you, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.